Hello guys, this is David from English Tutor Toronto, and today I'm going to be talking to you about using Google's translation resources um, to kind of help you study English. This video's for ESL students, for students who don't have a great system yet, maybe for translating words. I don't know, just wanted to share this. Okay, so we're going to start with example one, then go to example two, then go to example three. The highlighted terms are the things that we're going to be defining. So the woman held the guitar and played it surprisingly well. Okay. Um, Usually when you're an ESL student, like usually when English is your second language, you're taking individual words and you're translating them. So you're looking at the word held and you're going to, you're typing in held, right? But the word held can have many different meanings. Even over here, we got a lot of different meanings of held. So, one thing you can do is you can go and look at the word and you can see the woman held and you identify it as either an adjective, a verb, or a noun. In this case, it's a verb. You go and you type in on Google held define. This is a keyword that's quite useful. Define, held define, and it's going to give you verbs. Define, to grasp, carry, or support with one's hands. She was holding a brown leather suitcase, and you have synonyms. And then you have keep or sustain us in a specified position. I held the door open for him to embrace someone, and synonyms. Now, you, as a person studying English, you probably are not going to understand all of this stuff. There's a lot of different definitions. There's a lot of different ways that held can be translated. But you take a definition and with the sample and you go into Google Translate. Okay, and then you have yourself a translation of uh, of the definition. And if that definition doesn't work, you go back and you try another one and another one and another one and another one. These synonyms are also nice ways to kind of understand. Maybe this is what we're talking about. Okay, so let's say the woman held the guitar and played it surprisingly well, and so the strategy is, uh, you know, Google Define and Google Translate. Now, one other thing here to note is, so the woman held the guitar and played it surprisingly well. I don't know why this is the case, but if you were doing an English to Russian here, the woman played the guitar and played it surprisingly well. Женщина держала гитару и на удивление хорошо на ней играла. And then you put it in. Now, there's two Google Translates. There's this Google Translate, and then there's this Google Translate. Now, I don't know why, in God's name, this is happening, but look, the woman held the guitar and played it surprisingly well. Женщина держала гитару и играла на удивление хорошо. This is a slightly different than what you have here, because here it's и на удивление хорошо на ней играла. Even if you're not a Russian speaker, you notice that there's a difference between these two definitions. Slight difference in terms of word placement. So, ooh, blurry. Um, so you can kind of blurry camera. You can kind of see that Google Translate is a little weird. I prefer this translator. Easier to type in, easier to maneuver with. Um, it's just it works better than this one. This one you end up deleting stuff by accident. Now, Google's define is not only useful for this, it is useful for this, similar and opposite words. So you get synonyms of held, and you get a whole bunch. Okay, and you get opposites like let go and lose. And more importantly, perhaps, you also have usage examples. I held her in my arms. Mark pulled her into my arms and held her close. He held on his way, close behind his friend. I held the door close. I held the door open for him. And then you can take something like that and you punch it into your Google Translator, and you know, there you go. Okay, and you can define words in that way. Okay, so that's example number one. Example number two is when you have an idiomatic expression. So Sheila was the presenter of the accounting seminar, and her friends told her that she was crushing it. Now let's see if it makes sense through the Google Translator. I actually haven't checked. I hope it doesn't. Sheila была докладчиком на семинаре по бухгалтерской учеты, и ей друзья сказали ей, что она справляется с этим. Google Translate is amazing. It's catching the correct meaning. But we understand that crushing it, um, it doesn't, like, in the literal sense, it means to crush, right? So sometimes Google Translator will not catch the idiomatic correct expression in certain languages. In this case, you type in crushing it. Now, it's important to know she was crushing it. Just cut off the part that doesn't make sense. Crushing it. And so you type it in and you type in crushing it define. And one thing that's going to come up in some cases is an AI overview. Thank goodness for artificial intelligence. Crushing it is an informal phrase that means to do something extremely well or succeed completely. Keep going, you're crushing it. She's certainly crushing it. Female-led movies, especially comedies, have been crushing it lately. Take any of these, put them into your Google Translator, and you get an understanding of, what crushing it means. So AI is a great tool. Now, sometimes you don't get AI. Steve needed to go out and party. Last week's check was burning a hole in his pocket. So we take burning a hole. I guess we take the whole phrase. What does it mean to burn a hole in his pocket? Let's see if Google Translator will explain this one for us as well correctly. Стиву нужно было пойти и повеселиться. Чек за прошлую неделю прожигал дыру в его кармане. There it is. No, Google Translator, you're wrong. It wasn't literally burning a hole in his pocket. If you read that, Google Translator gives you the literal definition, which is not what you want. You want the metaphorical definition. So, you type burning a hole in his pocket, you take the whole idiomatic phrase and you type define. And it's going to give you Collins Dictionary. If money is burning a hole in your pocket, you are very eager to spend it as soon as possible, especially on something you do not really need but would like to have. Money always tends to burn a hole in my pocket. We take that, put it into Google Translator, and now we have an explanation of what the idiom means. So this is your basket of translation tools. You have Google, you have um, define or meaning. I guess meaning and define are the same thing. And then you have, you identify it as verb, noun, or whatever. You have synonyms, usage examples, similar and opposite words. You have Google Translator 1 and 2, 2 is preferred. You have using the word define and using the AI overview and in conjunction with Google Translator, or you have, take the whole idiom, type in define, and just use the first one. Or you can also use the people also ask, what does it mean to burn a hole in your pocket? And it gives you a dictionary link. So the combination of these different tools, you can take basically any vocabulary that you don't understand and figure it out. Right? The key part is where do you cut it? Right? So sometimes like the entire paragraph doesn't make sense. You got to take the whole paragraph, start chopping it up. It's hard. It's not a great system. It's definitely more of a beginner English learner system. Um, but my golly, it's not entirely useless. I hope this has been helpful. Have a good day, everybody. Oh, like and subscribe to this channel.